everybody! So you're probably wondering what the self-governing nation of Haida Gwaii is. Well, good thing you're here to understand. Okay, so let's first start off with some background information about Haida Gwaii to help get an understanding of what this nation is all about. The Haida territories include the entirety of Haida Gwaii, archipelago, and the waters surrounding it. Haida Gwaii is roughly 100 kilometers from the coast of British Columbia and about 48 kilometers from Alaska. The Haida people say that they have occupied this land since immemorial. A quote from APTN News states that in 2019, archaeologists found evidence that suggests humans have been hunting and cooking in Haida Gwaii for over 13,000 years. About 5,000 people live there on the Haida Islands, and about half of the population are Haida. There are about 2,500 Haida citizens living on the Haida Gwaii and another 2,500 living somewhere else in the world. The Haida Nation has been working towards regarding self-government since 1974, when the Council of Haida Nation was formed. The Haida culture values respect, a close relationship with the land and sea. They have two traditional languages, Indigeous Haida and Old Masset Haida.
Now, let's talk about what this form of self-government looks like. The government is powered by the Council of the Haida, which consists of three main roles: the President, the Vice President, and the regional representatives. The President of the Haida Nation regulates the activities of the Council in a way that is consistent with their constitution. They are the first speakers of the Haida Nation. They must reside in Haida Gwaii within 60 days of being sworn in. They may appoint specific tasks to a consenting citizen with the permission of the Council. The Vice President is the second speaker in the Haida Nation. They call council meetings, which are held 3 times per year. Business during the meetings may not be transcribed unless 8 representatives are there to vote on it, and a 3/4 majority vote will decide the activities of the council. They oversee the activities of the council and will take the president's place should they resign. There are 4 regional representatives for Haida-Gwaii, 4 regional representatives for Ga Old Masset, 2 regional representatives for Twagan Vancouver, and 2 regional representatives for Exkeen Prince Rupert. The Council of the Haida Nation creates an executive and standing committee. The Secretariat controls the finances of the Haida Nation. With the consent of the Council, they can borrow money on the credit of the Haida. They control the buying and selling of goods with nearby communities as well as foreign nations. They pay the debts and costs of the community and the government through taxes, duties, and imports, and they employ people to carry out the council mandate. The Hereditary Chiefs Council has 1 chief per clan sit on the council. They may appoint a representative to sit in their place, and they may regulate their own activities. Old Masset Village Council and Skidegate Band Council are the local governments for their areas. They are responsible for their own communities, and they must deliver programs and services regarding culture, education, health, and economics. Citizens 16 years or older may vote and may propose to the House Assembly that the Council adopt a new policy or law to vote on. Citizens elect representatives to the Council and may sit in on Council meetings. The House of Assembly is held at the 3rd week of October every year. It is called by the Vice President or the Council with 20 days of public notice. Additional sittings may be cancelled by the Vice President or the Council, again with 20 days public notice. The President, Vice President, and all members of the Council must attend the House Assembly, and 40 people are needed to vote on policies and laws.
The goal of self-governance of the Indigenous communities across Canada can move from under the Indian Act towards a practical realization of inherent rights to self-governance. The Indian Act, created in 1876, dictated almost every aspect of Indigenous peoples' lives for over a century. It still exists even today. It has obviously changed over the past 136 years it's been in effect, but it still holds traces of its original purpose and goals. To first, the Indigenous peoples to lose their culture and become like Euro-Canadians. With self-governance, the citizens of different nations across Canada are seizing the opportunity to control their own lives and embrace their culture. So, what does earning the right of self-governance actually entail? Well, in this case, the right to self-governance for the peoples of Haida Gwaii includes a collection of individual and collective rights. Some of these individual rights include: every Haida citizen has the right to access all Haida Gwaii resources for cultural reasons, food or commerce. Second, Every Haida citizen has the freedom to remain in, enter, or leave the territories of the Haida Nation. And last of all, every Haida citizen has the right to hold other citizenship as they choose. In a nutshell, the Haida Nation's right to self-governance gives the people of Haida Nation rights over the Haida territories. Every citizen has access to all or any resources in Haida Gwaii, as long as they are following their self-made laws. Every citizen has the right to free thought, and every Haida-born citizen cannot have their status removed. A full list of the Haida rights and controls is available on their website in sections A3.S1 to A3.S8. Some of the benefits and challenges are, I'll first start off with the benefits. The Haida Nation holds controls, Aboriginal rights and titles to the Haida Gwaii territories. Second, every Haida citizen has the right to hold any other citizenship as they choose. Third, all of the governing power of Haida Nation is powered by the Council of Haida Gwaii. And last of all, the Council of Haida Gwaii holds full independence and freedoms, as well as a self-guidance of the Haida Nation. Some challenges are, the Council of Haida Gwaii may feel overwhelmed with all the freedom and independence they have. They will not receive as much support as any other communities because they have their own government. Last of all, the Haida Council could not have enough funding for the government to be able to maintain the Haida Gwaii as they like.
Days pull you down just like a sinking ship. Floating is getting harder, but tread the water, child, and know that meanwhile rises the moon. Days pull you up just like a daffodil, uprooted from its garden.
In British Columbia, a dispute over the future of a wilderness area in the Queen Charlotte Islands has led to a confrontation. The loggers and the Indians have been negotiating unsuccessfully for the past 12 years. This week, a group of Haida Indians began obstructing the passage of logging crews into the South Moresby area.
These trees used to be plentiful all along the coast. Today, the Queen Charlotte Islands are the last motherlode of this green gold. Last Wednesday morning, a group of Haida came to Sedgwick Bay on Lyle Island to protect this lifestyle.
You're breaking the law, and you're stopping us from going to work, and we ask you to step aside and let us continue.
There will be no logging on the area that the Haida people have designated as not to be touched. This is Haida land, and there'll be no further logging in this area.
A sort of an attitude or sense of dependency and victim. And so as we've taken steps in asserting our laws over the landscape and fulfilling our responsibilities, we see less of that attitude in the younger generation who didn't have to face that same history, who didn't have to face what our elders went through. And so they have a completely different story that they see. They see a history where we have power and words mean something, and the actions, when we say no more, then we mean no more, and we will do whatever it takes to protect the land.